Take one. Clap.
Behind every sash, there's a story.
The wins, the near misses,
The looks, the decisions.
and everything you didn't see on the day.
This is Chasing the Sash.
The story behind the sash. Let's call it like it is.
We could not let this week go by without having to talk about Royal Ascot.
Really, my darling? I keep
Ascot.
trying to train you.
I know,
but
sorry,
actually,
I've just
that's
stumbled over
because
my
I've been
words.
trained by my girls who actually go over there. And my darling, it's Ascot. You have to
Ascot.
swallow
Yes, sorry.
the O. I don't know what it is. But it's been
Perth
fabulous.
has Ascot. You say Ascot for England. So, girls, there's something for us to all learn. What a week. What a week.
Oh,
Neil.
fantastic. You know, sort of one day after another. I mentioned if you're going every day, bloody hell, you'd need, the wardrobe to end all wardrobes.
I know.
For a milliner, we're looking at all the looks because it's spring over there. So we're looking at those looks, and they will set pretty much a sort of an outline for what we're going to be showing in spring here for couples.
Why don't we just have a quick look at a video to show everyone
Oh yes, let's
a
see
little...
what madness is out there.
Come on, clap your hands.
So what did you think, Sharon?
Oh, I love it. I love the wildness of it all. There's not many people wearing a small hat. I think there is a big play on girls go bigger or go home. There is a lot of class, but there's also a lot of look at me, which is fantastic. But it is like there's so much that the camera can go and draw to because there's just a vision of the most exquisite women in the most amazing outfits. But now, Neil, talk about the hats. What did you think about the hats this year?
It's really interesting because the pillbox sitting on the back of the head is definitely still there and still very much part. Very surprised this year with the bigger brims that are
huge.
back.
Yeah.
Which would be lovely if they came in here in Australia, back in the real world. Because every year we make big brims, we tell everyone it's all happening.
And then goes on a little headband.
And, oh yes, I don't want anything too big.
Wow. Did you see? I didn't see one headband.
See, when you go into the royal enclosure, you can't wear a headband. You actually have to have something that is, I think, 14 centimetres. Guess how big that is? That big. Tiny, tiny, tiny. But as far as I'm concerned, that's where you start. Then you add.
Exactly.
But, that's me being the milliner because I'm thinking that it's all about me.
It's all about the millinery.
I don't know if there was in that little set, there's a beautiful, I saw her interviewed today. butterflies, and she had bought these chiffon butterflies, which then were jeweled in the middle, and the whole thing was, I think it was like three lines of butterflies, and the whole thing was this big, just with wires coming out with the butterflies on the end. So the whole thing just
beautiful.
did this,
Float.
but looked like that gorgeous, that Dior look. And I think that everyone is very aware of that Dior look, because if you look at the dresses, you've got that lovely waisted, and then with the big flyaway skirt, and then you've got it's sort of reflecting that is that lovely down shape, and we'll see that look, I think, come through
again.
for spring here in Australia as well.
I think we cannot take away the most obvious of all is Duchess Kate Middleton.
Oh.
Wow, was that breathtaking, that yellow, or what? Does that woman know how to dress? I mean, I guess she's got all the money in the world, but she's got the most incredible style.
And my favourite colour in the world, yellow.
It's yellow.
Yeah, it makes me happy every time.
It is a happy colour, isn't it? It really reminds you of
is.
sunshine, and you know, and she stood out. Like when she was coming in the carriage, it was like, she was, the light's going to go on her regardless. But
that's what Betty Windsor used to do, the same thing.
What, yellow or just wear bright
colours?
colours?
Wear a bright colour, always.
Right.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. The woman has class and style.
She did well. Yeah.
Yeah. What some people may not know is that dress she actually wore a couple of years ago, which I think it shows enormous respect for reusing your garments. It probably would have cost a lot of money, and it is a beautiful, beautiful dress. And that just goes to show, if you actually do pay a bit more for your outfit, you are able to wear it again. It's timeless. But then she's teamed it up with the exact colour hat.
Well, yes, the fabulous thing of see, if she'd been in all yellow from head to foot, you know, she would have got Big Bird, being called Big Bird for sure. But with the white hat and then the yellow veiling over it, and by putting then the shoe and bag,
and
so
then she
you've
had
got all those things happening, and then it's pulled together with the veiling. But you know, lovely and nice seeing a little pad in the shoulder, that lovely
very Joan Collins, I thought.
40s look.
Yes,
really smart.
And just to mention that you not only dressed Gay, but you dressed Emma Coleman, which is Gay's manager. What would you say, racing manager?
Right-hand girl or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I don't know exactly her title. I know her very well, but I think
only
she's
about
racing.
9'13".
I know, she's gorgeous. I saw a photo of her today. She looked beautiful.
She's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
But you know, every client that comes through, they're all different shapes and sizes, all different heights, and all different personalities, and that's the delightful thing that you create for that person, and that's the individual, and that's why I love looking at Ascot and seeing what's happening there, and you see the personality that comes through with all the bits and bobs, and it's so. Go through it all, have a fabulous time, see what you like, to look at that and
plan ahead.
Start planning for our spring. Because, my goodness, it's not that far off.
And now it's time for On the Field,
where we're going to spill the tea on what's happening, what's trending, and what everybody's talking about. G'day, everyone. Okay. It's out with the old and in with the new.
We're very aware of how that sounds.
It's true, but the space has changed.
From how people approached the field.
To actually what's winning.
And what used to work.
Doesn't always do it anymore.
So this week we're diving into the evolution of it all
Where it started,
and where it's heading.
and really, let's have a wee look at all this. What do you think about that all, Sharon? I mean, the thing that I think I hate most in the world at the moment is best dressed lady and best suited.
Oh, you don't like suited? That's
I hate
interesting.
it. I absolutely hate it. Well, if you're a man,
Yeah.
you're competing against a woman who's got the makeup, the hair, the heels,
Oh.
the whatever.
Yeah.
And it's, it's a completely different look. I really, it starts to be a bit fantasy if a man tries to compete on the same level. It really is. I think it's a totally different look, and I really don't like it. That's
Interesting.
brilliant.
I thought it would. I actually don't mind it. I understand why there's a crossover, but I actually don't mind it because the women also are starting to dress like there's a lot of nice pantsuits out there, and I think women feel comfortable in
Well,
pantsuits.
yeah,
And I
but
think
a pantsuit can compete with a dress just as easily. If they want to make it a suited category, that's a third. It's not best dressed man.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
But of course, then you've got to get the extra prizes. Da-dum, da-dum, da-dum.
Yeah.
But I think that it's taking it'll stop men competing. I just think, hello, it's leaving men high and dry, and very rarely do they can they compete with girls who are all suited up and hatted and God knows what else.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know. It's a little bit tricky. I think if there's three categories, I get that more. I don't think the girls should cross over to best dressed man. I don't think that at all. And best dressed suited, as long as there is a man's category, best dressed man category, best dressed
But there
woman's
isn't.
category.
There
There isn't at all now.
No, there's no
Oh.
best dressed man. No, it's just called best suited.
Oh, where have I been lately?
Exactly. No,
I thought there was still a best dressed man. It's just I haven't.
Yeah, no. It's something that they're doing in the bigger competitions in town rather than in country racing. But it's, I really, it's fabulous. I mean, I quite like best suited as a category, but I don't.
Yeah.
But I don't like it as being something that replaces best dressed man. Yeah, but that's exactly what's happening. It tends to be getting towards fantasy for men. Wearing bright red trousers and a lime green hat and whatever. So because you're competing with someone who's in head to toe bright pink with a little pink pillbox and a veil and the whole thing.
All the dramas.
All the dramas.
Fair enough.
It's just me that's one thing that really does annoy me, but I suppose it's part of it. I'm hoping it doesn't stay on. I can see it staying on, but I really think that best dressed man should still be there.
Yeah, I agree with that. It hasn't hit the country tracks, that's for sure. In any of the ones that I.
If you're in town, you'll see that because you're going up to Queensland, aren't you, for the Stradbroke?
I am.
Yeah. You might see it up there. Oaks. I don't know what they're doing, but I've seen it in Sydney. So just be interested to see when you're up there. What's your reaction?
I'll keep an eye out. I'm very curious.
Yeah. But you understand what I mean? That
I do.
Welcome to the Hall of Fame,
where the sashes may fade, but the style, it's forever.
It's time for Hall of Fame.
This one didn't just turn heads; it changed racewear forever.
It was fashion history.
It's a reminder the things that we're celebrating today are often the things that break some rules.
That's why this moment earns its place in our Hall of Fame. Well, I think at the time, yes, it was absolutely scandalous.
My teacher, she and her daughter were down at Melbourne Cup that year, and when Jean turned up, no stockings, no glove. It was it really was quite incredible. Jean Shrimpton, she made the papers because of the way she was dressed or not dressed, the fact that she was half undressed as far as everyone was concerned.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the fact she's not wearing a hat, so she ought to be taken out and shot. But that's just a personal opinion. But the most outrageous thing were the no stockings. And we're talking 1965, is it, or something like that? But a lovely story. My teacher, she and her daughter were down there, and daughter was doing fashions on the field. And so they went home that night and took all their skirts up, all of them, all above the knee.
So she absolutely started
Yeah,
a trend.
she started a trend. But actually, fun fact, do you know where fashions on the field started? Was it in England during sort of like My Fair Lady days? No. It started in Melbourne at Melbourne Cup.
Oh, so
The VRC.
Australia.
Yeah, the VRC.
Oh,
pretty fabulous, isn't it?
well done to us Australians.
And I can understand being that young and just going, no, I want to be groovy, I want to be me, and thumbing your nose at tradition. I think it's interesting these days that we've actually almost done a full circle. That we look back to images from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, when dressing was so regimented, and we're taking bits of that and twisting it into the current fashion that we're doing these days.
So she didn't actually go in fashions on the field. So this is just her walking onto the track being totally scandalous. She had the best handbag ever. I mean, having Terra's stamp on her arm. So
yeah, that's not a bad handbag. Yes.
Exactly. So I suppose she had the cameras on her. She probably just wanted attention. And I guess that's what happens through the years. Women are wanting attention. They're going to wear something that's just so outlandish that they're going to be photographed. I mean, that's why there's over in the Kentucky Derby, isn't there? Those hats are enormous. And I think the bigger and the better that they go, they get photographs. So it's a very interesting statement she's making. I guess I don't mind it. I understand it's not tradition, but to me, she wasn't going in fashions on the field. I mean, we look at today's fashions on the field. It's different if today's going to the races, because right now we have exactly the same thing going on. We have women with their boobs out, their butts out, their splits up there. We can see what they're having for breakfast. We're encouraging all these young people to come to the races, and yet there's no education yet on how they should dress for the races.
It's very much. It's always been very much a case of you bring the girls along, so that the boys will chase the girls, and or the other way around, you know. Yes, it's like a couple of my friends just used to look at those flimsy little dresses and just go, we just call it tits and tissue paper.
It's not my go at all. And if anything, and this podcast can get out, would love to start to educate some of the young girls
Yeah.
and really get out of those nightgowns. They've got a place. Yeah, absolutely. Go to the nightclub, wear them out. You look great. Wear them to a ball. Do what you like there. But for races, I'm a traditionalist.
I'd like to just help you in this occasion. You're
Yes.
probably not the target audience.
The races should be respectful. So we're really interested to know what you think outside
Exactly.
of here.
Yeah.
We want to know if you think people should be able to express themselves with no level of. Actually, no, I won't say that. We're interested to know what you think. I think we should have some level of standard at the races. You can go and wear your stuff anywhere else, but the races, the new girl should learn that we still have to dress appropriately for the races.
We don't sound like old farts, but really close. So we'd love to hear what you've got to say, whether you agree with it.
Now, it's time to spill the tea.
The moments, the calls, and everything lighting up the group chats.
From the controversies to the themes, tracks, and prizes. I think we're across it, or we think we are.
We're going to spill the tea on criteria for fashions on the field. Now, over the years, it's been very strict that summer and spring have criteria that are extremely different to autumn and winter. So in spring and summer, we bring out the different fabrics of cinemays and straws and lots of light fabrics and pretty colours, and the fabric is just so much different than when you go to the winter fabric, which is the wools and the leathers, even though the leathers can be some of spring as well. But that they're so different. They're one's so heavy and you're expecting cold weather, and then one is so light and you're expecting like a beautiful summer's day.
See, this is one of the things.
Unfortunately, go on.
Well, no, this is one of the things that with millinery that people will sort of say, oh, I want to just put a light hat. It's a beautiful day today. I just want a light hat with this garment that I'm wearing. Okay, it's an autumn garment. So it's made of wool, or it's got a weight to it. And so what has to happen is that both your hat and your garment have to talk to each other. You can't put a straw with a heavy winter garment. It just looks wrong. That's one of the things, and that's one of the challenges I think that we're getting these days, where there is. I remember going out to Rose Hill at one stage there, and it was I suppose it would have been 28 or 30 for autumn for the golden slipper, and golden slipper is considered autumn. It's autumn racing. And the poor girls there were in heavyweight winter clothing and a felt. I felt sorry for them. I really think that
it's just ridiculous.
It's interesting. I'd be interested to see whether we get more of a move to a trans-seasonal feel.
Absolutely. Yeah. I've been pushing for trans-seasonal for a very long time now, because, you are going to different tracks and you don't know what the weather's going to be like.
Yeah.
And so many of these girls are traveling and they're planning 6 months ahead.
It's true.
That it's just ridiculous that they turn up and they're in full-on winter clothes and the sun's shining and they're absolutely burning to death. And
it's true.
To me, that's not fashions on the field. That means they've just dressed to win fashions on the field, which I get, but it's just not practical anymore. So I really think that we need to change the way that we set criteria now. I don't think that spring should be spring, because even the winter, like the springs aren't that hot anymore.
Yeah.
The winter is going longer, and you're finding that you can probably still wear some winter clothes in spring, and then by the time you get to winter, it's too hot.
Yeah, interesting. It's going to be interesting what happens. I mean, we've got global warming that's happening, but it's just, again, it sort of goes back to that whole thing of what's appropriate at the track on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting
Yeah,
to see if criterias do change or whether we still stay with this. But I feel there's going to be a bit of a change.
I think there has to be.
Yep.
So it's just dress for the day. So unfortunately for some of those girls, if it does change, they're actually going to have two outfits. They're going to have, if it's a cold day and if it's a hot day, if we change it to dress for the weather.
Well,
the only way to get around it is trans-seasonal, and we start. But then that's not going to help you milliners because it's going to be a trans-seasonal.
Oh, my darling,
piece.
we actually we solved that problem. I years and years ago, I had a wonderful client. She was going down for Derby Day and for Cup Day from Sydney. That was lovely. And so I made the hats to match the outfits, all 4 outfits. 4. She had the sunny day for Derby. She had the darker day for the rainy day for Derby. She had the sunny day for Melbourne Cup. She had the rainy day for Melbourne Cup.
Oh, you would love this, Neil.
I think that's totally reasonable. Totally reasonable.
Oh, I think she does the same thing for the Sydney Carnival.
and I think so. Absolutely.
Oh, right.
Works for me.
Yes, I see. Yeah. Well, I was thinking more trans-seasonal fabric. So, we all know that we can wear. No, you don't want that. You want the two hats. Yeah. I can get that.
Yeah.
But there is a way you can do it. Like you can do a dress in a fabric that is for both season, and you can have a felt crown, and then the lighter brim.
Yeah.
Neil, are you going to agree with this? Because we're getting away from the two hats. So being for one
I knew I was losing my attention. Yes.
A girl who can only afford to go and buy one Neil hat.
No,
you still there are win fashions on the field.
There are lovely tricks that all we milliners have. That we've got lots of crinoline brims are really interesting. Pillboxes can be covered in fabric. We can do lots and lots of different things in different sort of
trans-seasonal.
Very trans-seasonal. I mean, we can mix and match. So just talk with your milliner, but also when you're looking at your clothing, just have a look at it. Maybe you can actually throw a fur on top of a slightly lighter garment to pull it over to a more wintry sort of feel at that time. But lots of options out there. Gosh, just means more shopping. Bugger. Oh well.
I know.
If you got to, you've got to, don't you? Yeah. But don't give that.
To us.
Yes, exactly. But don't give up on that idea of 2 outfits for the one day. Really? No. Don't give up on that. I think it's got real legs.
Anyway, we'd love to hear from you on what you think about the trans-seasonals and the criterias that's happening now. Do you think that they should be changed, or do you think we should still have the autumn and the spring criterias for that season?
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Looking forward to hearing from you all.
That's all from us this week. We hope you loved it, sharing the passion for fashion, and we can't wait to see more.
And that's all from us this week. We've spilled the tea, celebrated the looks, and we love being part of this community.